turn on the recording. Hello. 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 Can you feel me? Can you feel me? Can you feel me? Tommy, can you hear me? Tommy, can you hear me? Can you feel me near you, Tommy? Near you.
Brandon, is that you? I'm scared.
Are you making fun of Joe Biden? Joe Biden? Joe Biden?
What? What?
I don't know.
What?
I don't know. Never
What?
mind. Never mind.
What?
Never mind. Okay.
What?
Okay.
What?
Enough of that.
What?
You're trying to like.
No, I think you're a little sensitive to the name Brandon.
Do we get? No, that's what they call it. That was like all the.
Yeah, let's go Brandon.
Let's
No,
go
I
Brandon,
get
and
it.
they're
No, I just was choosing a name out of thin air.
like, okay.
But yeah, I would make fun of Joe Biden because he's like skin on a stick. So
I don't know, but I love the guy though.
I don't know how you could, but
I
to each his
just
own.
don't. I don't see anything wrong with it. He makes me happy when I watch him talk.
That's really sad.
Like I don't know what it is. It's not like I don't feel like hey, I'm just driving the country off a fucking cliff like I like it was with Trump.
I mean, I agree to disagree on that one. Anyways,
Okay.
let's go, Brandon.
Okay, let's go. Oh, okay. Well, so what are we going to talk about? I had this thought today about how much trash there is on the road. And then I was listening to a song that was like kind of upbeat called Welfare Bread, and he's all like, you don't have to eat my welfare bread. It's all happy, you know? And then I was thinking, what if they just started rounding up homeless people? Yeah, cuz there was a truck on your way up the road by Eastgate.
Yeah.
Where like people just park and shit. So there's a truck with a trailer there, and I'm like, what the fuck? They gotta start like, can a cop just go up and fucking tap on the fucking door and be like, hey buddy, like you gotta get the fuck out of here, or what? I mean, I want to know what they can do, because I mean, think about it, that's reservation property for Fort Lewis, right?
They don't give a shit.
Who, Fort Lewis doesn't?
No, the cops aren't gonna stop by on a hunch or on a maybe just to police up.
No, but the MPs should be.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that at all. But then you get MPs involved with civilians and.
Well, I'm just wondering who. One, it's just trashy out there. It's like it looks like they haven't done any fucking beautification and done their shit.
There, now's the core of the problem. They don't take privates enough and fill their time with needless tasks that actually aren't needless, that give back and build pride, because that's how we kept that shit squared away back in the day.
But where I was going with this though was like, they need like, I don't think it's a good thing, but like the round, what would it take to round up the homeless people? Like, how do you force somebody to want to live or to do something?
You can't now. That's kind of the thing. Like the if you want to talk about left versus right, lefts don't want to force them to do anything. Rights don't really want to either, but they're willing to enforce certain things. Like, hey, that's illegal. You can't park your ass bucket and tent on the sidewalk in the middle of the city and just fucking sleep there.
Yeah.
Like, this
But they
is
were
actually
last
an
night.
actual violation. You need to get up, and that's not enforced ever by and it's a fucking problem.
Well, I was just saying though, if there was like another universe, like, and they were playing this pop song, like you can eat my welfare bread, and like just where like they're like cleaning people up and they're trying to like everybody's trying, but then you just all of a sudden it's like this, everything's clean and sterile and they're all getting like rehabilitated and shit, and then one person just pops a fucking circuit and kills himself right in front of everybody.
I think they did a movie called The Island that refers to that, only not really. That's actually not what The Island's
No,
about.
the Ireland, they were cloning
I know,
them.
cloning,
them
yeah,
for.
yeah.
You know that's actually that they ripped that off from a 1970s
Right. Yeah.
Mystery
Yeah.
Science Theater movie that
Yeah.
they like.
Like
I got
most things, it's remade, but yeah, no, it was excellently done, and I enjoyed it. But you also
it's one of those movies, but it's like I can't watch it when I know that they literally stole. They settled for an undisclosed amount is what happened. And then those guys that wrote it ended up going on to do Lost, and no, they didn't do Lost. I think they
You have a Man of Steel poster on your wall that is not the original Superman.
No, that's Henry Cavill.
I know.
I know he's like into Warhammer. So what did you think last night about the whole table reading?
Actually, it was it was, I don't want to say eye-opening. It was what I hoped it to be, you know, as far as professionalism, structure, and I guess seriousness.
Yeah.
Like that's a room full of pretty serious people that, you know, even if they're just serious of being a part of something, you know, whether it's a sound guy or a table read guy or, you know, an organizer or whatever. Like, it's a community that's built specifically to live and breathe this stuff, and I think that's exactly what's needed to make things move forward. Otherwise, it probably takes 4 times as long or never gets done. So I think as far as the project planning aspect goes, we're taking it serious. That's a group that you can learn a lot from, and then say, okay, you know, I like how you guys do this, but I'm gonna do this way. But, you know, like, it's an eye opener. They definitely made aware a lot of doors or things that, you know, you maybe wouldn't consider, or you wouldn't know the order it goes into. And it seems like they've done this a bunch of times. So I know that for me, it inspired me to like want to write more immediately, because that's the only thing I could think I can bring to the table immediately is ideas as far as imagination goes. But I'm far off from the structure and knowing how to do it all like that.
Right. We probably should have said that we went to a community, a group film making
Teenage Mutant
group.
Ninja.
So it was very
Producers.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles-esque.
Producers.
Yeah, and then so we went. We did 2 table reads, and people went around the table talking about projects and stuff that they had going on. I really liked the dinosaur one, and I kind of been thinking about it today.
I was telling the missus that one on the way home last night. Some experts apart that I said I wanted to record some of it, but obviously this is private work, and they don't want it floating out there for copyright reasons. So, I'm gonna, you know, keep some of that to myself. But
Well, yeah, there's rules to
Yeah.
like how you when you print this, it's gotta look like this. You do not write anything on the spine, because they'll put markers on. They'll put like the title on the spine and stuff. You don't do that. Whoever at the studio does that, or like whoever's gonna be reading it. And there's another like there's the thing called the blacklist too, which is like all Hollywood's like it's a list of the most, I don't want to say not anticipated, but the most up and coming, the scripts with the mostest that everybody wants. Everybody the good stuff. Yeah,
the hype list.
Yeah, the hype list. So that's there's this blacklist. Well, it all started like right around when we were downrange, I think, in Iraq in 2004ish. This guy just made the list up, called it the blacklist, and somehow that's people's. But the thing, but rather than it being like on the list, like nobody wants you, the list is if you're on it, everybody wants you. Like it's the opposite. It's highly complicated.
I mean, probably not, but
It's really not. No, I just want to say this.
No, what'd you think of it last night? Highs and lows.
Yeah, I was happy. I really liked the place. In fact, I was thinking the room where we were would have been a great place to do what we read. With the windows there and everything.
Get the fuck out of here. I thought the same thing when I looked behind me on the window. It made me, and we were doing the table read. I thought of the part where, you know, dude's sitting by the window going, "Come here. You see those? What do you see out there? People, cars, buildings. I see potential customers, and it makes me just want to pull my pants down and grab my member and give it a few tugs and let it go.
I was always like,
glass.
I think the joke works when he like points at it.
Yeah.
And I just see a close up of his finger pointing, and then you see Rick in the distance, like, what the fuck? like just like.
Like a good healthy 12
Yeah.
feet away.
So no, I thought I was happy that I was kind of feeling like I'd finally found the place I was supposed to be, where I'm supposed to be.
You're welcome.
Like, yeah. And so
My one contribution for 2024 so far. Starting off good.
the first story was really good, but like about the robot, and I thought it was a good concept for sci-fi.
I thought so too. It's got to build on it.
I think I'd want
it's
to sit down and talk about some of it a little bit, as far as like cause and effect of things, like background type stuff. Like why? Because I wasn't really sure why they were in this situation. I guess, you know.
Yeah, what they were trying to really accomplish. Why she was there alone.
Well, everything. Well, because we got there a little late.
Coughing because I'm smoking a blunt.
Smoke weed every day.
So hey. Just so you guys know, it's not
I want
cough.
to know what the
Chronic
place
cough.
was. Bear Sky Media was where we were at. The
Sky
building?
Bear Media.
Sky Bear Media.
Yeah. The Olympia Film Society.
In the Olympia Film Society. That's But I'm just wondering what the Sky Bear.
Sky Bear is the non-profit from attached to the Tacoma film or Seattle film, or maybe it's Olympia Film. It's a branch of something a little bit more official, and through that has a subgroup called Olympia Film Society.
And there's a Tacoma group too.
I think I'll have to double check.
Well, I
that.
know there is. There's got to be. I'll ask Aubrey. She knows.
Yeah, and I'm sure there's easily researchable enough, but could be backwards on that one. But I thought the interesting thing is diving even deeper, how the dude that brought us in wants to develop the private group that are ran by vets and vet heavy, not just vet heavy, vet only.
Yeah,
You must be vetted to be a vet, otherwise you can't go in.
right.
And,
Which
that
was
part I like.
But see, I'm like, I want to know how serious, because he's made it sound like, I just want to get a group of people and put it together.
No, he's we talked about it in depth a few weeks ago. He's really serious about that one in order to move things along, have a little bit more control. And then I don't know if when I sat in that room last night, I was like, okay, I have to tail back a little bit of who I am naturally, and kind of sit down and observe. Because even the guy, and sexually always.
I mean, you had to really.
I mean,
you were giving
I'm
up some serious pheromones.
Serious sexual vibes with my hair and my jacket.
You had some musk coming off of it.
Hopefully not Elon.
Like your glands were secreting.
I had gills opening up and developing on the side of my neck as our table read stories, impregnating people from across the table just with a look.
Pheromones.
No, I think the dude that brought us in, he's a comedy guy. He's funny. He said a few one-liners, dropped a few one-liners on the table, and if you see how little response that got, it's not because it was necessarily a dry room, but that's how serious that group is. And then again, I've had one-on-one with him. I know how he really is, and some of the stuff he's done in the past and what he's about. And I think in order to have more of an open forum, that's not so I don't want to use this word lightly, but uppity.
Yeah.
It's uppity compared to what a group of vets would be. There's just something familiar with, having gone through that struggle. It doesn't mean I wouldn't sit in both rooms, but it's a little bit well, yes, and then,
you're right. There's that's
it's
that's
stiff.
partially kind of what I was going through at school.
Yeah, and
where
that's
it's
I
want to just get everybody's kind of overthinking everything, and it's just no, let's just get to it.
Which stomps the creative beast, and which for me is very defeating. If you're not going to have it a little bit more fluid, a little bit more relaxed. I mean, for God's sakes, this isn't. This isn't one of the top freaking film companies in the world or groups in the world or producers and directors and sound people in the world. This is a local group of people that are doing things that they love and are passionate about, but no one here is making serious coin off of these projects. And
Not
so it
yet.
shouldn't be taken so serious. Not saying it's not able to be, or that they don't have some billion-dollar
Well, I
ideas,
think
but
we got to
you
be
know,
serious in order to get there.
I think it's a cross between both. But what did I not do last night? I didn't open my mouth once on a little one-liner. That's not like me. I held my breath and
Well,
sat
I
on my
didn't either.
hands. Well, that's not like you either right off the bat.
Well, no, I was thinking about that. I'm usually. Well, one, I just read the 48 Laws of Power, so I'm already like patience and like keep
Well,
like
there's 50 laws, but there's the law of attraction.
50 law. The 50 law is 50 Cent's law. He wrote a book on it.
All right, Brandon.
Dude, don't. I'm not actually Brandon. My name is
Tommy.
I know my
No,
first
no,
name
you
is
don't.
David.
You keep saying this, but you're unsure.
I know my first. This is gonna be on. I know my first name is David.
Okay. In hyper, we tough. Amen.
So, what was I saying?
Yes. Yes.
It's
Hypersensitive.
sexuality.
Hyper tough sexuality.
No, what I want to ask though, because my whole thing is like I just want vets to come work for me, so we can make
You
sure
want
we
a
can,
bunch of
so we can
privates.
help them like take care of their shit.
No, and then it's more than just a. Yeah, no, it's purpose. It's purpose driven. It's divvying it up. Hey, take this.
Well, I think
Here's
once
your
you
lane.
see like once you get out there and once you're actually like a PA for a day,
Yeah.
like you're basically just private, then you'll kind of get to see that it's all everybody's got a team, everybody's got like a lane, like and how it really everything just starts to fall into place.
Well, it's
like
just
on a
strategic, and it does have to be organized to that point.
I
so
think it's
there's-
more tactical, to be honest. It's strategic.
Strategic and planning, tactical and execution.
Tactical and execution.
Yeah.
Yeah, strategic and planning. Yeah. Yeah, I just because it's really
On this cast, we use big words. Big motherfucking popsicle size
Yes,
words.
yes.
I'm talking it's 110 degrees, and you pull that word out of the wrapper, and it's so goddamn big. But if you don't use it, it's going to melt all over your forearm, and you're going to be left with just letters dripping on the sidewalk.
well, I've been reading
Macbeth.
Just-
Mr. Macbeth.
I just think that's the thing that I'm just freaked out about is that we did the podcast, we read the thing, and then you go out and immediately find somebody and just an instant thing, and then we go to this
It's
thing.
like an instant next step thing, like the needed next step.
Yeah, but it just reminds me of like in Macbeth though for some reason I don't know why when they see the witches, and the witches is like, yeah, you're gonna be Thane of Cawdor, and then you're gonna be king, and then Banquo is like, well, what about me? And they're like, well, you're not gonna be king, but your sons are gonna be king because you're gonna get killed, and so
Bummer.
but yeah, but then it's just like then they go and they find out that like no, they really been and all like during this stuff was happening, the king made him Thane of Cawdor, like which is like he's like the sheriff or duke or whatever, and so he's like,
The Lord.
but it's just that weird fulfillment. I don't know, how would you say it? Like just that whole things like playing out the way they're supposed to be, I guess.
Stepping into your true skin, yo.
Yeah, like it's just like it's not necessarily prophecy. It's just shit happening.
No, it's your blueprint. It's your synchronicity of, you know,
Synchronicity.
of what you're supposed to be doing.
And then
Which are omens usually. Omens are really just reminders that you're on the right path, or at least you're shooting in the right direction.
well, the other thing too, the guy that did, I really wish I would have talked to him last night. The guy that did the dinosaur video.
Yeah.
Did you see that he had that ratty book? It looked like it's just been thumbed through way too many times on like a biography on Teddy Roosevelt.
No.
And I'm like, I was like trying to. I have a few Teddy Roosevelt biographies. So I was like trying to remember that was one of them.
So maybe just a good
In my like,
example of how to write.
well, just I want to know. I
format-wise.
want to know what. Yeah, I want to know what he's doing. Is he researching it? Like, is he like?
Yeah.
Is that like? Because yeah, I got you know.
Teddy was a good storyteller.
Teddy's the fucking best, dude.
Yeah.
You know, like okay, he like his son was like really was like a manic depressive and he decided like to bring him up to be a man to get him to man up. He takes him on a Amazon, and if this is completely off base, I just saw it, so I'm just reciting it. But he takes his son on this like safari along the Amazon, and he ends up getting sick, and his son literally has to man up and like get them out of the Amazon alive, and he does it.
Naked and afraid.
And it's just
1800.
And he lost his wife.
No, that would have been early 1900s.
He lost his wife and his mother on the same night, like his wife
really?
During childbirth. I think might have been for that son, and then his mom died just because some reason on the same night. It's just like he's just a fucking. And then he does all this shit, like he's like fucking police commissioner in New York or whatever, and then he's like also Rough Riders, like he's the Secretary of the Navy, and he's like a Rough Rider, like.
That's right. He was the creator of the Rough Riders. Wasn't he? Yeah.
So and like I mean, and then on the parks and everything, and then him being. Then he wasn't supposed to be president, right? Because he was vice president, and the president died, right? Isn't that how it happened? I think.
He didn't want to be.
Yeah, I think he didn't want to be, but then he won. But then he was. But then the guy.
But that's what makes a great leader is someone who
just creates Panama for no other reason than that we need to have a canal there.
Oh, what a crapshoot that was! And, especially when they're redoing it in the early '90s, and
that's
the project that took on, which only was completed like not too much further than a decade or so ago.
Yeah.
Completely. Like it's pretty still raw. Like being on that project going, all right, honey, it's going to be, 6 months, maybe 18 months or whatever. And it's like you come back and where's mom? Like, or where's the wife? Like she died and we're your kids and we're all grown up and here's my wife and kids. And then they have significant others and they're in college. And you're like, how long was that gone? It's like 25, 30 fucking years, bro. Like, you were gone a minute.
Well, that's basically if you're a fucking contractor in the army.
Yeah, that's
like
a
a defense contractor. Like you're like.
I don't get it. That should have been a United Nations, monetary funded just because of how many different nations, just the domino.
There
effect.
needs some. Well, there definitely needs more. Well, I don't know.
And
now.
the complexity of coming in there with different chambers and then the emptying and filling up of different sized ships and chambers.
Yeah.
And how they manage that, just an engineering wonder of the world, honestly.
Yeah, just shit like that,
wonders of the world. It's amazing.
Fucking oil rigs out in the ocean, like that, just fucking, or even just fucking basic cranes building. How does fuck the building? How's the crane get up there?
Oil rigs are a great example because what you can do in that deep of an ocean and take up that kind of abuse is the same kind of pushback you probably get on the asteroid belt when we want to go mine the asteroid belt and go into space. Very similar struggles and things to prepare for.
Well, we'll be doing that too, thanks to Elon Musk and SpaceX.
If you're feeling musky,
just squeeze your gland. If you want to feel musky.
Old Spice for men over 51.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Thanks.
You're welcome. I kept you under that one.
I just bought a stick to keep in here.
I actually have Old Spice deodorant. I have 2 sticks.
I
see your stick. I got the white ones. You got the red one, traditional red. Mine are like cream white.
I think the one that's in the bathroom is white. I've just been.
Oh, I use that one all the time. I'm joking. I don't use your deodorant.
You use it with the really awesome toilet paper I bought?
Fuck, that's not toilet paper. All
Dude,
right.
it is. I just love the fact that it disintegrates as you pull it off the roll.
If you have any moisture on you whatsoever and you touch it, it's like cornstarch. It just disappears. It's like the most biodegradable product ever known to man.
I know, right?
The fact that it even makes it to the shelf as a product in general isn't just a shriveled up bag of fucking dust.
And you're wiping. You're wiping, and it's just there's just a brown.
You could stick a whole roll up your ass and still feel like a virgin. That shit would just dissipate.
This is a skid mark on your palm because it's just it's just gone.
It's toilet paper like that where you literally got to take half the roll off just to blow your nose. And then after you blow your nose, you look like Scarface at the end of the movie because you're just covered in white everywhere. There's just white particles all over the damn place. You look like you have an addiction. You blow your nose. Before you know it, you're being dropped off on a hard 30. Inpatient. No one likes an inpatient program. No one likes being tricked into fucking going. Anyways, smoke your weed, eat your Wheaties.
That's how it should be.
That's how you do it.
Yeah, we were talking about this yesterday about the weird junkyard people. I feel maybe we should just like go drive around and then come back and podcast.
Let's just do a documentary on him. Just if you have a camera, and then I hold something with foam on it that looks like a microphone over you, and we just walk around. No one's gonna fuck with us. Like, sir,
we're not gonna. We're gonna like. We'll have a real microphone on a boom.
Let's just do a real one and a fake one. Just for.
Actually, we're probably gonna have a real one and more real ones.
Ah, keeping it real.
Because you usually put like on movies.
Yeah.
Like there's like 3 microphones in like if you're a car, there's like 3 microphones in the dashboard probably. There's one on your collar or whatever. Like the more microphones they have, the better.
Because you can clip up that sound together and clean it up, right?
Yeah. Because you can start.
Or choose the type of we like the echo on that shot. We're gonna take a distant shot and make a distant sound, or
and then
face forwarding and.
Yeah.
Okay,
there's a ton of. Oh yeah, I forgot to say. Yeah. So, Ben. Did I tell you that Ben?
Ben Dover.
Ben was playing. Well, I've known Ben for a while. He's played bass. He's played bass in the Granite Waves, and he has one of those voices that's really awesome. Like it's really bassy voice. So there was this one song that they did that like I remember flying on the plane and like listening to it, thinking, oh my god, that's really cool to hear my friend singing or whatever. Anyhow, Ben released an album of like kind of like synthesizer stuff. Like I don't even know really what it's more like scoring type music. Like when I heard it, I was like, okay, this is like kind of like 80s type like movie score type stuff. So I get back with him. I'm like, yeah, dude, I really like it. What do you want to what do you think? You want to help me make a video or something? Like, you want to? And I'm like, yeah, dude, totally. And like, he goes, which ones did you just, or anyone in particular that spoke to you? And I'm like, well, yeah, yes, it's Rock'em Sock'em is the name of the track.
Hell yeah.
But I didn't know what to tell him at the time. I'm like, yeah, that's gonna be it. So yeah, so he's like, he's gonna be I think I'm gonna try and get Ben to be our in-house resident composer.
Okay.
And then that way it'll be all.
Because we already have a poser.
Yeah, I'm the poser.
Oh yeah.
With my little amp that
Pocket
I
full
play
of posies.
15 minutes, and then I'm good.
Did you get some on it today?
Did I? Yeah, I think
I haven't heard you rip the guitar in a while.
Really?
Yeah, I haven't heard it next door in a long time.
It's fucking like this thing's like, hey, it's way too loud.
Really?
Yeah. Like this is the first thing.
I guess Melinda and I are really going deaf lately. Like every time she says something, I literally have, huh? What? And then I do that thing where I lean in with my good ear. I'm like, say that again. It's just, and so it's actually got to the point where a couple times I know I heard muffled noise, but I know I'm gonna have to say huh, what at least 2 more times, and so I just ignore, like act like I don't hear anything, like old people do. They're just over it. They're like, I don't give a fuck. I'm excluded. Whatever you're saying. Every time I say what and I hear it, I'm like, oh.
I think these are like the bedrock of a good relationship. Like, this is the type of.
Yeah, no. I don't do it on purpose because like to ignore. I do it because I'm frustrated because I can't fucking hear shit. Like, I get to the point to where I'm like, I don't want to, because I'll irritate her, or who wouldn't be irritated? What's that? What? You're not listening. No, I'm trying to fucking listen, but between the ages of like 7 and yesterday, I still listen to the radio music way too fucking loud. So I don't know what to tell you. Huh? I said I don't know what to tell you.
Well,
See, even my multiple personalities have a hard time hearing.
Taking the sound out of the awesome stock footage that we see with each and every episode that we hear
bad graphic. You gotta get some of this in there and start advertising those pieces.
What, the Warhammer stuff?
Yes, I don't understand why you don't have that.
I just got burned out.
No, but you start filming it and using that so you can start advertising what you've done so far. All you got to do is film a little bit of it and use that in the background.
Have been. Or it was. I thought I was. I just haven't.
Get rid of the lake shit. No one cares about the lake. No one cares about the deer. They don't give a shit.
Is that it?
That needs to be what we see.
No, my soul's not doing that. I'm like Andre 3000
okay,
right
then
now.
You know what?
Flute.
Let me tell you what I'd rather see. Your
you
posters,
know that, right?
Your posters on the wall. This, your soundboard, literally, this setup.
Yeah.
That, your records, like when you used to do the videos where you like take the records out of the sleeve or you'd introduce a pedal or whatever.
Yeah.
That should be background shot footage you already fucking have for a lot of the stuff we're doing. Because that's who the fuck Dave is.
So what, you say I should use that stuff?
Yes, like use the shit that defines you and not some goddamn lake.
Well, I'm saying that's what, but that as a cinematographer is, that's what I'm. You know how Andre 3000 just came back, just dropped a new album, but it's it's all flute.
That guy's fucking psycho.
Okay, he like even has a disclaimer that says no bars on it because it's all flute, and he's like, "This is where my soul is at right now, is with my flute."
That's great. But
so the deer and stuff, that's my flute. Is what I'm saying. That's why we have this. That's why we ended up going to this place to the meeting, is because I want to. So yeah, when I do this, it feels like I'm just. I want to be more active with.
You don't
people.
have to talk about that though. We talk about what we're doing right now, but just put that on the video shot instead.
Yeah, but I still gotta make more stuff.
So
I mean, I gotta find. I would have to make. I mean, no, there's stuff I have to do,
I'm gonna help you.
Yeah, that would be nice. See, the reason why I stopped all those guys, like I got all those weapons, I gotta put on those guys.
Did you realize that I do this? I tremble like sometimes I take a spoon out of my cereal and I can't get it to my mouth without grabbing my wrist with my other hand to stop it from shaking. That's how bad it can get for me sometimes. I'm not joking. You think I can paint that shit? There's no fucking way. There's zero way I could paint that. Zero. Dude, I would kill anyone in a surgery. Like I'm so bad. It's so fucking bad.
Well, okay. Well, then if you can't do it, you can't do it.
Thanks for making me bring that out.
Well, I mean, but you could try. Why didn't you tell me? Wait, dude, like what? We went up to Seattle in June to go talk about the patent thing.
Did you? Look, I will try, and maybe I'll be able to settle in there and stuff. Maybe since I've been cutting back or not drinking, let me see. Like, okay, I don't feel too bad right now. I did just smoke a blunt, but.
Well, if you can't, I mean.
Look.
No, all I'm saying is all I want to do is I want to finish that box right there. We're talking about my Warhammer guys. I got a set of Mark III.
Okay, so next time we meet up,
armor
we need to have a setup to where we can paint a Warhammer while talking at the same time. Why not?
Well, I already wanted. Yeah, we already did that. We put the camera over here, and we just put the microphones over there.
Yeah, we need a clean setup for that.
But we're also thinking we want. I gotta talk to Cheeto because Cheeto wants.
Jeez.
Brian wants to play Dungeons and Dragons. I'm like been wanting to play Dungeons and Dragons too, and it's all gonna be on the Cheeto whether or not it's on him, and this is why when people start acting a little flaky that it matters. Just because now it's like, well, what the hell are we doing? What are you doing?
Nothing.
It's compression. Is that compression?
Just touching it. I don't know. That's a lot of buttons.
That's compression.
Oh.
That's compression right there. See?
Oh.
See how much better my voice sounds to you?
Well, before I used to sound like this, and I couldn't even tell who you were.
See? There you go.
And I like the compression button because when you press the compression button, it makes me feel a little bit smaller. And before you did it, I felt really big, and people made fun of me.
So you're saying you're being squeezed?
I feel like I'm being squeezed.
Okay,
Back up and down,
and then it just feels so much better when you.
But then when you try it back up like that, it's
Okay.
Okay.
Don't try it.
Don't
try it out
Don't. Nut.
I might get you one of these just so we can like we can duel. You
Yeah.
can use the habit.
It's like playing Pong. You know,
Dude,
and you can
there's so
just
much
volley it back and forth.
so much crap. So much crap. Still gotta get a driver's license. I still gotta get a passport.
You don't have a driver's license?
I don't have Washington license.
Oh, yeah. when's your other one expire?
I just got it. I got it like a year before I moved up here.
You're good.
So I'm like good for another. I know, but like it's. I just now that I'm getting settled, I kind of want to have everything dialed in. And then I gotta go get my passport. I want to go to IKEA. I still need to
I
start
need passport too.
because I want to do the IKEA stuff and get shelves and everything. Because I need to get a new computer. Oh yeah, so I got the Adobe Illustrator classroom in the book. So I'm working on an animation for our logo. And I got to get the After Effects book, but today I've been watching a video of how to like bring my Illustrator files into After Effects and then animate them.
Nice.
And then on top of that, I think I want to get. I talked to my career advisor at school this morning, so she's gonna let me know about any mixers and anything coming up around here. I told her, well, I want to hook up with the people up in Bellevue, game developers, guys that know how to use Unreal Engine. Because if we can start doing Unreal Engine is going to be 3D animation and everything.
Okay.
So that's what it's the Unreal Engine's like what they develop video games on.
From scratch to finish.
I can show you some
Okay.
footage. So that's why I'm like okay, well I want to get the shelves dialed in so I can get a decent desk dialed in. You know what I mean?
And you just want the shelves basically to duplicate that same size and style, correct?
What of that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go with the cubes. I want something with a little bit more room though for my turntable.
So, okay. Yeah, so some oddballs.
But that's the other thing too. Is like I want to get if I get the receiver, I don't think I'm gonna need that preamp anymore, right? I hope, and if I don't need, hope that also takes care of the 60 cycle hum. 60 cycle hum. That's how all hums they sound like. They've just
bop.
released their seed.
Well. No.
Release your seed.
Seed.
Dude, what if we emitted a sound where everybody just men in their cars just ejaculate like for no reason?
You mean like the Orgasmo gun?
Right.
Yeah.
Like, but they did it, but it was from our voice.
A certain frequency, just
a certain frequency.
like you say Linda and I say Sarah at the same time.
And then somehow
Sarah.
But when they're done in mono. See, we should just I should advertise that our stuff's in mono.
Like what do you mean?
Well, because we can make it stereo. I can make it stereo. But if we just like I can push you to that speaker and I can be on the other speaker. And but just if we're like no, we're mono. So we could just make it mono.
It'd be kind of a lie, wouldn't it?
No, because it's still mono. It's dual mono actually.
See, mono e mono.
Man in hand.
No, just mono e mono.
Hand in man.
Hannah Montana.
Every time I always say the shit, I'll go mono e mono, and he was like, man in hand, Dave, you're not saying it right. And I'm like, I know, I didn't take Spanish, I took German, and I still don't even know. All I know is Wo ist die Tankstelle.
Eskenheigenfugen.
What's that?
Let the Wandersex begin.
Wanda.
Wandersex. Wunderbar.
Dude, I went to the bank this morning, and like I'm all talking to the lady. She's like, so how long have you been here? And I'm like, what do you mean? I'm like, because she saw my Texas license.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I grew up here. And I'm like, yeah, you know because it's right across the street from the food bank that Christy had me shoot for the Rotary Club. So I'm like, yeah, my ex-girlfriend, Christy. She's like, I said her full name. I'm not gonna say.
Just dropped her name.
I'm like, Christy. She's like, they own the company over by the post office, and so blah blah blah. She had me go do all this stuff, and she ended up earning like 58. I had to shoot B-roll for the food bank and the 2 food banks and 2 elementary schools for kids like with the need food assistance, and yeah, she ends up earning like 58 grand, gets voted to president of the Rotary Club, and then I'm just tossed to the curb. That's how it goes, though. And I go, you know what else is the craziest thing, though? For my final in film school, my film treatment was called Rotary Club. Because it had professional-looking men in it.
Professional-looking men.
And that's actually where the bank is there, right? The Aversano's is like, God, it's so fucking small town. Like, there's a closed supermarket, and that's the one. I guess some church owns it, but I'm like, I want to know who has it. We could turn that into a studio. We just pull page for Full Sail, and we just figure out how to make it a school type setting or a community center, like a multimedia community center.
There's some cheap real estate still in downtown Olympia, just as a fact to get people attracted to go back down there. But yeah, you want to make sure it's safe
Good
property. But there's places we could at least rent out.
There's got to be, yeah.
Like
what's going on? Well, what's going on with the like? I want to know what's going on with the Kmart in Spanaway.
Oh fuck.
Because that's the one thing that really freaks me out. In the time I left, they've built how much along fucking 176, like for Amazon and shit?
Honestly, that Kmart should be just another Walmart. Like, it would get used just as a Walmart, even though there's another one down the road. Yeah. It would get hit more than, it would get hit pretty often. It's an excellent spot for a Walmart, but the theft is so bad there because you can go north or south.
No, and that's the one thing I've been thinking about is like, we're gonna need a fucking cage from fucking hell.
Yeah, because you can go so many direct. Think about it. You can hop down the street and then go down Military Road towards Steel Street and JBLM.
Well,
you can go up Military Road towards towards Puyallup.
Dude, there's so many.
You can go east and west on
chases.
7. You can hit up the fucking Roy Y and head towards Roy. Like, there's so many ways to skirt away from there. And
if you know the training area at all, like you can. I did it. I actually had to do that when they had the train wreck.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I mean, that's a great spot for something, but.
Well, I'm just saying because in Orlando, right? So there's a corner in Orlando. Like, if you were on the main highway going from the airport going to like Castleberry or whatever, that's where my apartment was in Castleberry. Winter Park is where Full Sail is, and so they bought a corner.
University.
What Full Sail University? Yes. They bought like 3. It was basically like a couple strip malls and another freaking corporate office building. And basically they took up, and then they got another place like a mile up the street of like just like a suite of offices and stuff.
Yeah.
And so, but like there was one of the strip malls had like an Albertsons, and that's where we went on set for The Right Stuff. That was on National Geographic.
You got the right stuff.
I know I do.
Baby.
I do. But what I'm saying is like now I got that. I've seen how well that did for them. That is kind of like, so when I see a big supermarket or building like that, when there's like even not just the Kmart part, but even like where there's like just where the spirit and everything is at, like during Halloween.
Yeah.
Like, but that I'm just saying, I just see the potential like that, and I'm sure now you will too.
There is that one downtown Yelm right by the White Horse, that old pool hall.
Yeah.
It's been vacant for almost 10 years now, about 9 years.
I think the ceiling though is kind of low, isn't it?
No, like how low? Like how low?
We need to be at least 12 feet.
I was just gonna say, I think it's about 12 feet.
Okay.
That's it's worth checking out.
Because your set's gonna be 10 feet high, so obviously you're gonna be wanting like more like probably 20, maybe. You want vaulted.
Well, if it's a drop roof, that can be adjusted too.
Yeah,
like drop ceiling. I mean, if it's a drop ceiling,
but when you're saying about learning how to weld,
the
scaffolding and stuff, that might not be. Because like one of Sean Fernandez, he was one of my teachers. and he like did he built the scaffolding. I've been meaning to get a hold of him when the time's right about how he did the scaffolding. But then you got 10 feet high, but then the scaffolding is going to go over the set, so there's going to go over that, and then you mount the lights and everything to the scaffolding.
Yeah, you want, and ideally you'd probably want about 20 to 25 feet just for different lighting and different
different
and
because
and stuff.
and you can't, for the most part, you can't like go just straight down with the light. You got to get special lights to do that because of the heat and stuff. And there's so many different. That's why like I basically came to the realization is like light's light. So as long as you can get it to register on the film plane, that's all that really matters.
Well, that's where mirrors come in. Lots of mirrors.
Sometimes Mylar works as well.
Or your
you can get really trippy with it, like Cypress Hill did.
Yeah.
If you use Mylar, like you can stare into it. You can
lose yourself.
lose
I'm not
yourself
talking
with
Eminem.
Mylar.
I'm talking Mylar. Lose yourself with Mylar. Guaranteed not to know who the fuck you are by the time you've Mylar.
Dude, we should just do like.
Mylar'd often?
Hey, do you think I should do? Should I do my one-man incubator story? Do you think I should bring that in the class? I think we should read it on here first and then bring it to class.
Yeah. Give it a couple dry runs and then take some notes and get it class ready.
Because I have it right here.
Oh, fancy that.
No, I'm gonna rewrite it though. I think.
Let me see. You're not talking
Actually,
about
there's
the one we
two
read.
She
You're not
Beast.
talking about the one we
She
read
Beast
last
is
time,
in there
are you?
too. Huh?
This isn't the one we just read the other day, is it?
No, that's right here.
Oh, okay.
There's a couple others. Oh, yeah, the ones I wrote about my ex. Like the ones that would actually happen. They were like, I ran into her the last night I had a drink. I ran into my.
You had a drink last night?
No, the last night I had a drink.
Oh, okay. I was gonna be like, what the fuck, dude? I
Like
was
4
just with
years
you.
ago. Like I was down the valley, and I'm sitting there and I'm talking to Heather, the bartender, and I'm like, yeah, I was up at the Red Hot. And I talked to Cindy Miller, and I was like, oh, blah, blah, blah. Like, told her how I'm, like, getting my bachelor's degree and everything. And she's like, well, it's a good thing one of you finally figured out what's going on. And then right after I said that, like, on fucking cue, like, I turn around, I look over my shoulder, and my ex-wife's, Jenny's best friend,
That's right.
Katie, is, like, sitting over there. And then she gets up and heads out to the back door, right? And, like, her dude or whatever went back there too, but I just realized what the fuck was going on. So then they come back and they're all like, "Hey Dave, what are you doing? Does Jenny know that you're here?" And I'm like, well, "She does now." She's like, "Oh, that's really funny." And then her boyfriend's like, "Well, why don't you like Jenny? She's smart and funny." And I'm like, "Yeah, she also likes to fucking hit." She's a bruiser. And like, yeah. And so anyhow, so then the next day we're at she's like, so you wait. I'm like, I'm here for Dave Takata's memorial. She's like, oh, I didn't know you were friends with Dave Takata. It's like, yeah, you did. Like, yeah. So anyhow, so the next day, like, the whole day she's not there, and then finally she shows up after Girl Trouble plays the band, and then I'm sitting there. Standing next to the Cheeto, and Cheeto's like pretty buzzed, I think, by this point. Yeah, and I'm sober. I'm like doing all this, like, and they had plenty of beer to drink if I wanted it. So I'm sitting there, and all of a sudden I look up and I see her butt. Like, I just see Jenny's butt, and I know her butt, and so I'm just like, shit. And then like she's so like standing there, and then Cheeto's like. And then she just said that she turns around, like it was like on cue, like she could like again, it was like she could like, tell I was staring at her butt or whatever. So she like turns around, both fucking fists, just fucking middle fingers, just like fucking
fuck you, Dave,
and then runs like this is at a fucking memorial, like at a celebration of life or whatever, and then runs off into the fucking crowd, like and then I like go start. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna take off. So I go start saying goodbye to everybody. And I'm like, yeah, I just saw Jenny. And I was like, yeah, she came over here. She was all like, just all like, thinking she was all uppity about it and everything. And I told her like, fucking chill the fuck out. And like, I'm like, thanks, man. I'm feeling that makes me feel better. So
how dare you be at the same memorial as me? There's no way you know someone the same same person I know.
Well, they were really good friends. Like her and Dave were really good friends when they were in high school.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean you're not allowed to pay your respects. Like
No,
you
and
did
that's the
something
thing. I
wrong.
met Dave because of her. It's not
Yeah.
like, I mean, yeah, Dave's like that really, really hurt when I found out about him. But
Yeah, let's do this one next time. I see it's kind of long, but
it's just there's no real lines in it until the end.
oh really?
Yeah,
So it just sets it up for a while, huh? Or kind of
so we could
guides
go.
it into
Yeah.
exterior cul-de-sac California neighborhood.
Well,
Day.
because I was just thinking, because they
Ryan.
were pretty. They're like some of that stuff that they were trying to do with the dinosaurs and stuff.
Yeah.
I was like, well, shit, I don't feel that bad about this car wreck I want to do. I mean, like, so.
Right. No, that's a good point. It gives you last night gives you a measuring stick, the start of a measuring stick for kind of everything and where you're at. And some of it's gonna be like, okay, I'm right around. I can fit in right here, right now, and then other shit's like, I'm gonna keep my mouth shut until I learn more. And then other shit's like, are you serious? You guys are still doing it that way? Like, have you not thought about this? So. I don't know all those things yet, but I started thinking about that last night, and I'm sure you did too immediately, thinking about all your work and where you're at. And next month, going next month will be nice, but I'm going to try to talk to Neil before then and see if he's got any special project. I know he's working on a couple things. He's trying to finish that one casting. And then
What was in
produce
that binder?
His shots.
Okay.
In a script, and basically everything's set up to pull the trigger, except for, like he said, his main investor just passed away, and then
Was that the guy?
And then the girl that was supposed to play one of the main parts just quit on him, and so it pushed everything back like a month or so.
Did he say? Well, they talked about like casting stuff last night. Did you talk to him about casting or anything?
Yeah, he doesn't need anything that would involve us right now. They're looking for a specific age group of like late teens, early 20s, female, or just in general late teens, early 20s, which I know I could pull off.
I was thinking that. That's
I was
actually why I
thinking
asked. Because I was
I could totally pull off like a 20.
You would be.
20,
You have the bone structure for it.
The bone structure. I could just shave, dye my hair all the way, and then wear some sunglasses, and I could probably get away with it.
You probably could.
Yeah. Just put on a hat and be like, "Chop, wait, hey, buddy, hey."
Well, didn't the guy say
Hey,
like
buddy.
for the one with the robot? Didn't he say he was gonna get like?
He said he knew someone that had like robot parts, and I was thinking that. I said, "Are you not considering actually having someone play the robot? Because you know how hard it's gonna be to shoot that and get the robot to really be that animated as what you're saying."
Yeah, because some of the
because in your mind the robot is like really close to human.
well, you could do
Human-esque.
you could do.
I could do a robot voice.
Actually, I kind of had a cool idea. I just had a cool weird design.
Ryan
I
is
think.
working on his equations, and they've not spread out around the garage. He's got a computer set up. He is also running cables of his luxury
Dude,
electric car.
that is probably the best robot voice I've ever heard. Dude, we need to start cutting that. We need to make a library of just robot sounds from you.
Get it, garage.
That's what I'm hoping too. Well, I want to like. I'm gonna. So the recorder over there behind you
Yeah.
on the the
Yeah.
pedal board. You can get a shotgun mic for that. So
What do you mean?
it's a long, skinny mic, so you can get sounds.
Oh, okay. I know.
So I want to get that. We can make a pistol grip for
like
that.
a selfie stick that's extroverted.
No, just make a pill. No, it's just a long microphone. It's
Yeah.
just a long cylinder.
Yeah.
You go like
Stretch
this
it like a
with
gooey duck.
You go like the. You go with the. You go,
Are you listening,
you
ladies
go,
and gentlemen?
You go with
Go.
it. You just go with it. Let's dance. Put on your
Shoes and dance
with
me.
Let's
Dance or just sit on the chair till it's over.
I have a copy of this. Damn, that's why I want to get these out. I think that is all my records. I don't think I need to worry about any more.
I haven't seen something that pressed since I twisted this knob and we can.
Press the voice again, and then it turned my voice into a compressed thing, and then
That's-
she had to touch,
that's really
touch my
good.
fuzzy wuzzy.
You really, I think you have potential.
There's a potential of being
You have
Lilo and
potential
Lilo and
doing
Stitch.
voice acting for people. Like I do.
I can do voiceovers if you want me to. Look, I sound like a fat Taylor Swift.
Oh yeah. So what do you think?
Connor is my boyfriend.
So what do you think the Chiefs are gonna win?
Sorry, what? I don't. No, actually, I think the 49ers.
You think the red team's gonna win?
I'm going for red. I hope they tie. I think the Chiefs out of percentage wise, the odds are with them that they'll win. But I'm thinking San Francisco is gonna outcoach them and mess up Patrick Mahomes. And I think the Chiefs have been there too many times. San Francisco's hungry. I think it's San Francisco's year, but I'd rather have the Chiefs win because I hate the 49ers.
Yeah, I'm with you. on
I
that one.
hate the 49ers, so fuck the Niners, go Chiefs. But I think the Niners actually have a really good chance.
Okay. Have you seen all the Fox? All the they're all these conspiracy theories that this is all Taylor set up for Taylor Swift to.
Yeah.
And it's like, you guys are kind of bashing on the whole.
They're taking away from the players, is what they're doing.
Yeah,
Talking
they're
about.
doing that, and it's just, and also it's like
It's all for ratings.
that. And it's just like Taylor's not she's a positive. She's something positive, and so for you just to to debase it, I guess.
Yeah, no, I agree. I don't have a problem with Taylor Swift, and it's not like she's trying to seek the attention. What's she supposed to do? Not be in one of the box seats up there?
Yeah.
Not cheer for the person that she's
Not be
with,
happy.
Not be happy. Yeah.
Like
So
not
she's a
trying
tall,
to be a
skinny.
normal
She's a tall, skinny white girl who sells out concerts across the world and is one of the most successful pop artists of our time. So fucking hate on her for that. Okay, and she's dating a tall white dude, on one of the most winningest football teams we've seen in our lifetime.
I didn't realize they've gone to the Super Bowl that many times.
Five times out of last. Brady went with Tampa Bay and won one with Tampa. So I don't think the Patriots have been to the Super Bowl in the last 5 years.
I think you're right.
I think it's outside. I think it's outside of 7 years, maybe.
Because he went to because he wasn't a Tampa.
But he's got 6 rings with the Patriots, and he's got 1 with Tampa Bay. So he's got a total of 7.
When did he go to Tampa?
He went to Tampa, I think, in 2021, and then they or maybe 2020. And so I think 2020 he went. 2021. I think they won the Super Bowl. 2022, they didn't, and then he retired, and he decided not to. They didn't, yeah. And so he didn't win one with them, and then he won one, and then he didn't, and then he retired. So I think he had 3 years with Tampa Bay.
I thought they won the Super Bowl the first year he was there.
Or the first year. No, I don't know. I don't think he went. If they went the first year, they didn't win the first year. I know he won, I believe, the second year. I could be wrong. It's not likely, but I could be.
You know more than I would.
Yeah. I know stupid stuff with pop
Where's
culture.
Kraken playing?
Kraken, the not Key.
The
The Climate Pledge Arena. Yeah.
Yeah, they used to be formerly known as the Seattle Coliseum.
Maybe.
Where I saw Kiss there live in 1979. That was 45 years ago, just for anybody counting. 45 years ago, I saw Kiss live, Seattle Coliseum, live, Cold Gin, Black Diamond, live. I was made for loving you. I was made for loving you.
Was he?
I can't remember how the hoo-hoos go on. I
I'm just a love machine.
God, that was so. I think that's like Kiss's biggest hit too.
Which one? Love Machine?
I was made for loving you.
Oh.
It's so disco though. I was made for loving you, baby. I remember, like I told Jenny, this is one Kiss song I want to play for her. I don't know what it is, but it goes like this. And she's like, "That's the name of the song." I'm like, "Oh, okay." I was made for loving.
I didn't know that
baby.
was Kiss. I'm a little
I was
dumbfounded.
made for loving you, baby. You were made for loving me. Okay, I think we'll call it. We'll call it good here. All right, everybody. Good night.
Wait. I gotta say one thing.
What?
One thing.
Good night, everybody.
Okay, that was
Okay,
really
okay,
sweet.
that's
That was
right,
cute.
that's-
That was cute.
That's
I'm just telling you, let's listen to Boom Boom, shut the fuck up.
Okay.
okay. That's
Thank
good.
you.
We're good here.
Thank you. All right.
All right, buddy.
Bye, buddy.